Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today we would like to present our assignment for the course the Efdo 2143 Behavior and Classroom Management. The title of our presentation is Demonstrating Techniques and Principles for Working with Students to create a positive learning environment throughout the lesson planning. This presentation is prepared by AINI binti Zaidi, ATEKA binti Osmena, myself, and RODDY bin Dadalan. Here are the members who prepared these presentations. We work together to produce both the observations analysis and the lesson planning section. For today's presentations, we have two main parts. Part A, classroom observations, and Part A is classroom observations, which is we observe a teaching video and analyze classroom management techniques. And Part B is a lesson planning application. We design a complete daily lesson plan, including objective, teaching steps, and assessment. So overall, our aim is to show how teachers can create a safe, positive, and engaging learning environment throughout effective planning and management. Now we move to part A, classroom observations. So we conducted an observation based on video 2, grade 2 narrative writing lesson. In this observation, we focus on the teacher's classroom management, number one. Number two, instructional strategies. Number three is how teachers handle students' behavior. And number four is then how the teachers creates a positive learning environment. Based on our report, this lesson was conducted for lower primary students around 1 to year 2 with approximately 20 to 25 learners. The lesson topic is narrative writing. The objective of the lesson was to guide students in writing a story using a structured format, such as opening, actions, and ending. What is interesting is that teacher did not ask students to write it immediately. Instead, the teachers used guided practice and co-constructions where students and the teachers build the story together first, and can reduce the stress and help students to feel supported. In this lesson, the teacher used a very clear teaching flow, which is the teachers introduce the narrative structure, model examples, allowed students to share ideas, and combine their ideas into a complete story. This method is known as explicit teaching with scaffolding. It is mean the teacher breaks the complex task into smaller steps and gradually get students to succeed because students are very young, and this approaches is very effective because they need step by step and stage by stage guidance, strong routines, and repeated practice. Next, I will explain how the teacher created a positive environment. From the observations, the classroom environment was first one is welcoming, supportive, and interactive. The teacher created a positive learning environment by focusing on relationship building, student engagement, respectful communication, and emotional safety. Students were encouraged to participate actively without fear or being embarrassed. The teacher used physical movement as a management strategy. For example, she asked students to stand, sit, and do hand gesture, and then the teacher used actions to represent the events in the story. And then teacher also use call and respond as a classroom routine. This kind of method can help with attentions. Student will stay alert. Behavioral behavior. It will reduce noise and restlessness, engagement, learning to feel fun while they're in the classroom. This is very suitable for young learners who easily lose focus when lessons are too long or too quiet. Next, I will pass this slide to my friends, AINI. Thank you.
Thank you for my group member, Nur ATEKA. My name is Noaini Zaidi. Today I would like to present about fair participations and student confidence. The teacher used a good technique for fairness, which is random namestick uh, selections. This is important because every student has equal chance to speak. Students stay alert because they might be chosen. Teacher avoid selecting only the smart student. The teacher also show emotional support when student ideas were not chosen. She still validated them by saying the idea were good and can still use them for their own writing later. These characters can make students confident, sense of belongings, and motivations and adjustments. Move to the next is slice. Sorry. Teacher techniques and instructional principle. The teacher demonstrated many strong classroom management techniques. Have two techniques. The first is positive reinforcement. Teacher frequently praise students like "I love it" or "great idea," and the last one is "good for you." This encourage a student to participate again. Number two is calm handling for disruptions. If something drop or minor behavior issue, teacher did not overreact. She stayed calm, redi- di- re, sorry, redirected quickly and continued teachings. This is an effective strategy because the student does not give attention to negative behavior and student remain focused on learning. Next is modeling and language development. A major strength of this lesson is modeling. The teacher through story writing using a structures called SCA is mean S for setting, C for character, and A for actions. Instead of asking students to write a full sentence immediately, teacher encourage them to first is draw quick sketches. Number two is think of actions. Number three is build a story instead. This reduce cognitive load and help students organize idea faster. Also, teacher helps develop vocabulary. When students use basic words like at, teacher encourage stronger uh, verbal like merchants. This builds language skill and encourage stringent writing. Next, we move to student behavior and engagements. Student behavior in this lesson was very positive. Students were excited and engaged, participated activity, follow instructions, listen to teacher and peers, and did group division, making respectfully, and did show effective uh, classroom culture. Student responded well because teacher creates uh, like clear routine. Number two is structured lessons. Number three is positive relationship, and the last one is supportive feedback. To conclude part A, these observations show that a positive learning environment can be built when the teacher combines clear structures and routines, interactive engagement strategy, fair participations, modelings, and scaffolding, and positive reinforcement. The last one is counts behavior management. These lessons demonstrated that classroom management is not only about controlling students, but also building a classroom where a student feel motivated, valued, and excited to learn. Now we proceed to part B, planning application. We create a daily lesson plan for subjek Bahasa Melayu kelas tahun 2 Mawar. The date is 24 February 2026. The timeline is 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. The themes is perpaduan unit hidup berjiran, and the topic is kata adjective. This slide show our complete lesson plan. It includes learning standards, objective, teaching step, moral value, teaching aids, assessment, and reflection. This planning is important because lesson planning helps teacher prepare routines and structure, which indirectly improve classroom management too. Next, I will pass to my group member, RODDY.
Now I will move on to the curriculum standard from these lessons. The curriculum standard chosen is Standard Kandungan 5.1, which focus on listening and responding appropriately. This means students are expected to listening carefully, understanding what is being said, and given suitable responses. For example, when the teachers ask a question or given instruction, students should be able to respond correctly using appropriate words or sentence. This standard is very important for years 2 students because it helps them develop basic communication skill in their will using in daily life and future meanings. By focusing on listening and responding, the lessons also encourage students to pay attention, follow instruction, and express their ideas confidently. Next, let us looking at the learning objective. By the end of these lessons, students should be able to give responses to message conveyed by the teacher. This includes answering question or responding to instructions correctly. Secondly, students are expected to construct sentence and combine them into a simple paragraph. For example, student maybe describe a verb using several sample sentence and connect them into a short paragraph. Thirdly, students will be able to use adjective correctly according to context, such as adjective related to um, size or shape. For instance, students may say rumah itu besar or bola itu kecil. This objective are aligned with the lessons, activities, and ensure that students are actively applying what they're learning, not just listening passively. Now I will explain the set induction. At the beginning of the lesson, the teachers introduced the topic hidup berjiran using reading materials as a stimulus. This could be a short passage, pictures, or simple text related to neighbor living together. Students are asked to listen carefully while the teachers read or explains the context. After that, the teachers ask samples questions such as, "Who are your neighbors?" or "Who do we help our neighbors?" This set introduce help attract student attention and prepares them for the lessons. It also connects the lessons contents to students' real life experience, making learning more meaningful and interesting. Now I will move on to lessons development step 1. In this step, the teachers explain the meaning of adjective, especially adjective related to shape and size. The explanation is done using simple language and examples that students can easily understand. For example, the teachers may show pictures of objective and ask questions that is this big or small, or is this round or long? This helps students related the adjective to real object. A question and answer session is conducted to check student understanding. Students are encouraged to answer even if their answer are not perfect. The teachers then guide and correct them gently. Students are also asked to write short notes or example in their exercise book. This step helps students build a strong foundation before moving on to group activities. Now let us look at lesson development. Step 2. In this stage, students are divided into 3 groups. Each group receives a task envelope that contains pictures and video related to the lesson step. Based on the visual materials, students are work together to build sentence using adjective. For example, students might describe a house, a person, or an object shown in pictures. Each student is required to construct at least one simple sentence such as rumah jalan saya besar or kucing itu kecil. This ensures that every student participate actively. The teachers move around the classroom to facilitate learnings, provide guidance, and support students who need help. This group activities encourages cooperate, communication, and confidence amongst students. After completing the activities, the lessons ends with the closure. During the closure, one student is randomly selected to summarize what they have learned. This helps the teachers assess student understanding and reinforce key points from the lessons. The teachers then review their learning objective with the student and ask sample reflection questions, such as what did we learn today? Or can you give an example for an adjective? The teachers and students also exchange feedback. Students may share what they enjoyed, while The teachers give positive reinforcement. This helps students feel appreciated and motivated. Next, I will explain the teaching aids and assessment methods using in these lessons. The teaching aids include textbooks, a projector, manila card, and markers. These tools help make the lessons more visual and attractive, especially for young learners. Assessment is carried out through oral questioning and classroom observation. The teachers observe student participation, responses, and understanding throughout the lessons. This form assessment is suitable for years two students because it's focused on learning progress rather than writing tests alone. Finally, we will discuss the reflections for Part B. Overall, the lessons was conducted smoothly and efficiently. Out of 25 students, only 22 students successfully achieved their learning objective, while 3 students required additional guidance. These students will receive further support in future lessons to help improve their understanding. The reflections show that students improve their ability to use adjectives correctly, especially when describe size and quantities. These lessons demonstrate how careful planning, appropriate teaching strategies, and positive classroom management can create an effective and engaging learning environment. That concludes our presentation for Part A and Part B. Thank you from us from Group 5.